Against better judgment, I decided to pick up the new products from Natasha Denona, $82, $52. We're gonna see if these are any good or not, if I wasted $134 on these. I honestly have no idea. I did buy them myself from the Natasha Denona website though, and you can use my code Angelica and you'll get some money off when you're ordering from the website. That's what I did to get some money off. So we're just gonna be trying them out and see if we can get a good look of this. There are two different palettes. There is the soft, I think it's called soft, and then there's the dramatic. I got the dramatic one, and I will say, when I opened this one, first of all, when I got this one, it surprised me that this one felt a little like slimmer and more compact and not as big as I thought it was gonna be. I was kind of impressed with like the sizing of this. It is the same nice Natasha Denona like packaging quality as there usually is on her palettes. What surprised me is that it isn't as high contrast as I thought it was gonna be. I was near buying the soft one because it had some lighter shades, but I thought this one was gonna be light, but there's no way this is an inner corner highlight for me. And I think that's the thing that surprises me with this one, that it is dramatic, but it is all pretty dark. There's no like contrast in this palette. It is all pretty like mid-tone to very deep. There is no like nothing like lighter. Again, that is just a personal preference, but for me, when a palette has this many shades, I do appreciate when there is more variety in the depth, because again, of course, it is a dramatic palette. This is a perfect palette if you want to do like neutral smoky eyes. For me, if there's going to be a well-rounded palette, I prefer when there's like light to dark. Maybe that's why I don't fully understand why there is a soft and a dramatic. Maybe I'm not fully understanding the concept. The reason why I didn't get the soft one was because it felt a little bit more cool tone, and this one felt a little bit more warm tone. I know there's a difference in undertones. There's like a neutral, a peachy, all of that. I get it. I do get it. But when I opened the palette, my initial thought was, is this really needed? If you are not a working makeup artist, if you're a working makeup artist and this is the exact same, like, because again, I used to work as a makeup artist and everybody was, they were, you know what people were looking for? Let's do the foundation. People were looking for, this is what they told me. I want a no makeup look, something easy. And then they showed me a picture of a very edited, very full on makeup Kim Kardashian. This is actually the exact reason why I stopped doing makeup on others, because first of all, people don't know what they want. They say they want no makeup, but they're showing you something super, super makeup-y, like this palette. And they're also showing you something super edited, thinking that makeup is gonna make them look Photoshop, which is also not true. I did get the Natasha Denona High Glam Foundation. This is a hydrating and blurring long wear radiant serum foundation in N8. I was actually one of the few people, maybe not, but I see a lot of creators saying they hated the original Natasha Denona foundation. I loved it. It was one of my absolute favorite foundations of all time. It was a matte, lightweight, full coverage foundation that it was very liquidy and like lightweight on the skin. I do have though oily combo skin, and for me, I felt like it just looked great. It looked great when I was in Sweden. It looked great when I was in Texas. I just really like the foundation. I'm excited to see what this one is though. I'm a little bit worried when it says like radiant, because who knows what that's gonna be. This one I got in N8, which is a light medium with a neutral undertone. Japanese amino acid biomimetic pigments. Okay. Creaseless, blurring, lasting, lightweight formula. This is what I need, because again, I do have oily combo skin. I don't mind if it looks a little radiant on the skin. I just need it to not move around. I need it to not be greasy. I don't mind if the formulation looks hydrated and radiant, as long as it's not moving around. It does say creaseless, and as long as it's long wearing, which for me usually means that it somewhat dries down even though it looks radiant. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping this is going to give me. I do think the shade is going to be pretty good. It's probably darker than my face, but it's probably the right shade for the rest of my face. Let's zoom in and let's try this. I'm worried. Not that I think that it's going to be awful, but a lot of people that I've seen love this one, hated the first foundation, which I loved, and we don't have the same taste in foundation. So I'm a little bit worried. Let me shake this one up, because it does say that it's going to be lightweight. So I'm thinking it's going to be liquidy. It's definitely liquidy. I'm going to be using a brush. I think that will be a good shade. It is definitely not like full coverage straight out of the gate. I would say this goes on pretty medium. I don't even know. I'm guessing this is a... Yeah, it even says shake before use. I'm gonna assume that this is a medium full coverage. I don't remember, but I will say most foundations that come out right now that are called a foundation have been medium full coverage. I feel like that's what people are looking for right now. This is a light medium with a neutral undertone. I do, when I'm not able to try out the shade in store, I tend to pick a neutral undertone because sometimes warm means peach, sometimes warm means red, and sometimes warm means yellow. And I don't want peach, pink, red, any of those. So if I'm unsure, if I'm not able to try out my shade, I tend to do neutral because it's easier to make stuff warmer with a little bit of bronzer than it is to get rid of a foundation that's just too pink. I do not have a primer on today, and I will say initial thoughts. This says blurring. I don't think it is blurring. I don't have really a lot of pores, but definitely with age, I'm 41, there is definitely, your skin becomes more textured and your pores become a little bit more out there. That's just something that happens with age. It is the way that it is. And I do not think that this does anything for that, if I'm gonna be honest. We'll see once it dries down a little bit. I think you can also see on my hand, I don't know if you can, but it is a smidgen lighter than my skin, and it also is a little bit too peachy for my undertone. I don't know if you think you can see a little bit here. I can see it. I don't know if you can see it. It's just a smidgen too peachy for my undertone, and again, you never really know, but it's always hard with undertones. Every brand feels differently about undertones. Some brands, when they say neutral, they will literally give you something yellow, like Tear. I bought a neutral one in Tear. I got a yellow foundation. I've also bought neutral foundations and gotten something that looks gray on me, gotten something that looks peach on me. Like, you never really know. I feel like the brand that got, for me, the undertones the best for me is actually Makeup Forever. That neutral, I think I have 22N2, I think. That neutral is just perfect for me. So this is the foundation right now. I am just going to be using a little bit of, I have the Makeup Forever concealer here. I also have the new bronzer by Lunar Beauty that I'm trying out. So I'm just going to be putting on a little bit of other products, doing my brows, and I'll come back and we'll see how everything is once this has like settled down a little bit and I've been able to use, I'm also using this brush from Lunar Beauty, and I've been able to use all the other products, and we'll see how the foundation looks. Initial impression is medium coverage, slightly too peachy for my undertone. Again, that could be because I wasn't able to try out the shade in store. And also, I don't necessarily right now feel like blurring is the word I would be using for it. And it really hasn't dried down yet, but we'll see soon. Okay, I finished up my face, brows, cheeks, a little bit of freckles, a lippy, and I am gonna be doing the Sigma primer. And let's see what we can do with this palette. I do want to do, of course, something dramatic, but I want to see, oh, itchy. I want to see what kind of contrast we can get in here as well. Do I have a clean brush? No. Let's use a dirty one. You know what I really should be doing? Cleaning my brushes. Am I doing that? No. Absolutely not. I do not have time. Just got home from my trip. My father-in-law is here visiting right now. And I do have so many things I should be doing. But yeah, clean my brushes. I really should get that done. I'm going to start with an EO6. These are the cinch brushes from my own brand. And I do I do think that this one looks like a cream to powder, which is my favorite formula from Natasha Denona. And I just want to see if this is the same formula as the brand usually does, because I feel like Natasha Denona has a very reliable formula, a very good formula, one of my favorite formulas from mainstream brands. So let's start with this one, and it definitely seems very creamy. And let's do that out here. Oh, that is so delicious. So I want to do something that's like warm. And I think I'm gonna do, oh, look at that. It makes me so incredible. I'm just putting on a blob. If you have never been here before, hello, welcome to my channel. I love doing a makeup technique that I call the blob. Basically putting a big blob of color out here, slightly upwards and outwards. A little bit on the diagonal. This will lift and open up your eye. If you are starting to have more downturned eyes or more sagging skin in here like I do from age, if you want to open up your eyes, make them look dramatic but not closing them off. I do not put the dark shades in here. The blob stays in the outer corner. Now that we are here, I am going to be doing, that was P3, and I'm going to be doing P1. I'm guessing this is like the warm, that was not the right brush. This is the right brush. I'm guessing this is like the warm row, and I am just going to gently, with a little bit of that, blend that on the edge and just diffuse this, and also work it in a little bit here, the lighter color. Not too much, just like here. We're still leaving like a centimeter of air in the inner part of my eye. And we are just going to be blending this out, and when we're going to deepen and build on this cream to powder with the C row here, which is the dark one. I love these cream to powders because you can use them as a primer, use them on top of primer, use them underneath the powder to make them even deeper, or even use it on top of a powder to like sandwich in between powders. It won't separate them. It will just help to create different undertones or to create even more depth. I think that the cream to powders from Natasha Denona is just a very versatile formula that I feel is very easy to work with because you can use just your normal brushes with it. So now that I have diffused this a little bit, see that edge there? That's me using a brush that's not completely clean. That's my fault. See, this is why I need to clean my brushes. That is my fault. I'm sorry. Definitely my fault. Let me do the same on the other side. I'm really sorry about this. Ooh, that was me. That was me, my fault. But I will fix that because like I said, we are still going in with those darker shades too. With an E07, I'm just using a little bit of C3, which is the black. Ooh, yeah, and I'm just using it on my lower lash line. You can see I put some of those browns on my lower lash line too. And same here, I'm saving a little bit in the inner part here. Okay, using the same brush, I am just putting a little bit in the outer corner as a little wedge to deepen this up. Not worrying about blending too much because this is a very detailed flat brush. So this is not for blending, this is for packing on color, and it is perfect if you want to deepen up the outer corner, but you don't want to use a brush that's too fluffy, and you want to make sure you get the color where you want it before you start blending it out. So I'm doing the little wedgy wedge, and then we'll do a small E05 to blend it out. And I think I have one here, yeah. And I'll do a little bit of the dark brown colors on that, and we'll start blending. Oh my god, can you hear my dog? I think I'm getting a delivery. I'm just blending the edge a little bit. You can see I'm still keeping the intenseness of the wedge. I'm just blending off a little bit of the edge. I will say that's looking really good. I'm gonna do a little bit more of the black mixed with the brown, and I'm gonna take it a little bit more in here. Just a little bit. Oh, yes, 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 yes. That is looking so good. So in this palette, I want to try out the one that's called Y1, which is, I'm guessing Y is yellow, and we're going to be trying that out on, let me get rid of some of the creasing of the primer on the lid. It's definitely giving contrast in the look, but not contrasty enough to be an inner corner shade, but that's okay. And you can see now I'm gonna put this shadow all the way up into the crease here as well, where we save that space so that there is something here, but it is light enough to open up that space so that we hide the crease that we have going on there, or like the hood, but we're still lifted with the outer corner. I do really like how this looks. But I am going to bring out a lighter, because I think I have that, what was it called? The mini contour palette, the mini shape and something. Let me bring out that one by Natasha Denona, because I feel like that one, I travel with that one a lot. And I feel like that one would be perfect to deepen up the inner corner with. But overall, I am able to create some contrast, but it is not light enough for my inner corner. But that looks really incredible. What kind of shimmer do we want to do? I do want to try a little bit of this one, the C2. I don't know if I want something lighter than this one. Maybe that one? The Y2. I'll do that in the inner part. Or like the middle part, I should say, of the... Okay, that is not enough. I'm gonna have to spray that to get that to be the kind of intense that I am looking for. That one needed a little zhuzh, because otherwise that is not gonna work out. What kind of setting mist do I have to use? I'm using this by Makeup by Mario. So let us see. Okay, that is better. I just want it to be a little bit more intense, especially since we are packing it on top of a matte. Putting a little bit more of the matte on the side. It's not intense, but it's something. But now we're doing C2. Picking up really good on the brush. Let me actually spray that one too. And let's then do that here on the edge where it goes into the darkness. Oh, oh, oh. I love that. Okay, initial impression is that these are maybe not high intensity shimmers. They look really beautiful and smooth, and I do like how it all looks together, but that was not like high intensity by any stretch of the imagination. Let's see if we can do something that's dark. I'm just gonna do black. This one is from Oden's Eye. Okay, this is the one, Mini Eye Sculpt Palette, and I am gonna be using the lightest shade that's over here. Let me see if I can clean this one off, and we'll do a little bit of that one just in the inner corner, because that's what I like. But of course, as you could see, the look was fine even before it. This is just a matter of preference. I'm wondering if I should do, this is the E12, and maybe I'll do a little bit of the C3 in the inner part. Because I think this one is perfect if you want to be detailed with shadow, or to elongate if you're working with a eyeliner that hasn't dried down yet and you want to elongate, or you want to be super detailed, you want to do a liner, you want to do this inner corner detail, I feel like that is looking really good. I might do a little bit here as well. Just a little bit. Before we do mascara and like lashes. I mean, I think that looks pretty good. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. Did I need this palette? I mean, not really. Not really. Do I like the look? Yes. If you are looking at this and you're thinking, will this perform like other Natasha Denona palettes? I would say yes, it does. If you have neutral palettes from Natasha Denona, do you need this one? Probably not. Probably not. Listen, all I can do is tell you the truth. That's all I have. But let's finish this one up, and I have a couple of thoughts about the foundation too. This is the finished look. I used the 2 new products by Natasha Denona, and I was very excited to try these. And I will say, I mean, the eye look is beautiful. There's nothing wrong with the quality, but I am a little surprised how monotone this palette actually feels. I don't know what possessed me to think that this was gonna be more contrasty than it is, but something possessed me. I still like it though, but this isn't exactly what I'm looking for. And I do wish that the shimmers were a little bit more impactful. Again, there's nothing wrong with the quality, but if you are looking for a neutral palette with like a spicy neutral palette or a neutral palette twist, this isn't that. There's no twist to this. The foundation, I did use the finishing powder by One Size all over my face, and that did make it set down. I will say it does look really beautiful. Is it blurring? No. I don't think the foundation is blurring, but it is a really nice, definitely a serum-like medium coverage. You could probably build it up a bit as well. Foundation that looks really beautiful on the skin when I have everything on. I do prefer something that dries down a little bit more on its own, but I'm gonna wear this throughout the day. It's not even lunch yet. It's only 11 a.m. So I'm gonna wear this throughout the day. I've already worn it for an hour, so I'm definitely gonna wear it until 10 p.m. And I will put in a pinned comment down below how this one wore, because I do have a bunch of things that I need to do today. But like I said, 41 years old, live in a warm and humid climate. It is still 35 degrees Celsius outside today, which is, what is that, like 80s? I don't know about Fahrenheit. I still don't know. I don't have the freedom units down, okay? I'm doing the best I can, and I do have oily combo skin, so I'll let you know in a pinned comment. Did I need to blot? Did it break up? How did this one look on me? And I always get back to you later. I always use products a bunch more outside of YouTube, and I let you know later on, maybe in a month or so, which ones were my favorites of the products I've been trying out. I did also buy the new Makeup by Mori foundation. I did try that out in store. Like the formula felt wonderful. And I also did buy the new Charlotte Tilbury foundation. Those 2 I haven't tried yet, but I will try those soon as well. I do plan to film a full face of new makeup because I did buy the new makeup by Hung Wango. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I'm very excited to be trying that out. That will probably be the next video on my channel if you want to see me try out a bunch of those things as well. I hope you're having an amazing, amazing day. Don't forget to check out the description box for more info. I hope to see you again in my next video, which will probably be tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. And yeah, I'll see you then.